If you're not leveraging Quora, which is the #1 question and answer social media platform on the internet, you may be missing out on a huge opportunity. Because Quora may be the most underrated lead generation source on the internet. So this is why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to set up your profile. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how to find questions and answers that will give you a ton of exposure. Let's go. Now, before we jump into the tutorial, here are a few things that you should know about Quora. First, Quora gets over 300 million users each month, which is roughly the same as Pinterest and slightly less than Twitter. But check this out. Quora ranks for 50 million keywords, which results in 100 million searches every month. And what blew my mind is that Quora has 5.6 million keywords that are ranking in the top 10, which probably includes your and my keywords. So overall, Quora is an amazing source for high quality traffic and visibility to help you grow your brand. So if you're looking for more visibility, more exposure, and more leads, then Quora is probably for you. So now I'm going to show you the 3 things you need to do in order to be successful. The first thing is how to create a great profile. The second thing is how to find the questions and answers that relate to you. And the third thing, which is the most important, I'm going to share with you a power tip to find questions and answers that can go viral. All right, so let's start with how to create a killer profile. So here we are in Quora, and if you go in the upper right-hand corner right there, you click on your face or whatever icon is if you haven't set it up yet, and then just click on your name. Once you're there, what you want to make sure is that you upload a proper picture for you. I mean, it goes without saying, but oftentimes I see people with an icon there, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's not really relatable. Obviously, your name, and this is not necessarily your title, although you could use it as a title, but I would just say use this line underneath here as a description of who you are and what you do, so people can get personal in that space. But if you want to edit it, you just click on edit, and you just add anything you want. You are limited by the number of characters, but just use whatever it gives you. Underneath this, now you have this description. So if you put your mouse over the little edit here, is going to appear, right? See, if I move it, the edit is not there. I'm telling you that because it took me like 10 minutes to find it, and I was getting frustrated. So you put your mouse over the text there, you'll have a little edit, and then you can customize this text to basically this is kind of like your resume. You could copy and paste whatever you have on LinkedIn and put it there, or customize it. It's up to you. Next is credentials and highlights. So that goes without saying. You just click on edit, and you can add all kinds of information about yourself here. So I basically put the places that I work at, that put my education, and also all the place that I lived, because I lived all over the world, and some people may relate to me because I lived in London for a while, or Cairo for that matter. So I've added all that information. So I'm going to click on X there. You can create yourself a space, which is your personal space, which is where you're going to put your questions. I've created one for me, so I'm going to click on it so you can see it. You could customize the look and feel, the colors and whatnot. You can also, again, add a picture in that space, but that's what the space is about. And last but not least, which is probably the most important, is what do you know about, right? This section, right, this underneath. So I know about WordPress, video marketing, landing pages. This is where you're going to be putting the stuff. You know about how to make money, how to solve debt-related problem, or health and wellness, fitness. These are all the topics you're going to be putting in there. And if you want to search for a topic, for example, if I put fitness, you see it is going to give me some suggestion, and there is already one with 9.9 million people in there. So if I was interested in fitness, I would click on that, I would add it to the things that I know about, and that would be that. All right, so now you have the few things to get your profile all set up. Let's go and figure out how to discover the topics and questions that are a good fit for you. All right, so next, what we want to do is we want to search for topics that are interest to what we're about, right? So in the search box right here, I'm going to type in the word marketing, for example, right? Because this is a topic of interest to me, and I can see some spaces here. I don't want to search for marketing. I want to find some space. So let me click on blogging and marketing, and let me see what this space is about. Followed by 152,000 people, right? So that sounds good. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to follow that's right. So if I click on this, it is going to reopen the space right here, and I can put like, oh, space, marketing and content. That seems interesting. Let me click on this. Let me see how many people. Followed by 319,000 people. That's really good. So let me follow this one too. Now, once you found a topic of interest, what you want to do is scroll down. And if you click on the tab, on the second tab, which is questions, you're going to see all the questions that have been posted in that space. So you can scroll down. So there's a first question: in digital marketing world, mostly circulated and fake declaration is promised to show all this. Skip ads and commercial. Are there any examples of use of post-ironic perspective? Wow, that's a topic. What you could do here, you see the little three dots? You can click on that and you can say, I want to answer this, but I want to answer it later. So what that's going to do is it's going to put all those questions in a special folder for you that you can answer later on. And as I'm scrolling down, I'm seeing more and more questions. So I can see, I can add a whole bunch of questions. Or what are some of the best and low budget lead generation tactics for SMB? Great. I'll answer that one later. And now the next thing you want to do is you want to click on the People's tab, and then you're going to see all the people that are actually participating in that group. So the admin is Olga, and she's got 2 moderators. So obviously, looking at the names, those people are probably from Russia, Ukraine, over there. But you can see all the top contributors there. Look at that. Paul Kit Goal has actually contributed 61 items last week. So we can click on this guy and see what he's about. Right? And we can follow this guy, right? If we think that this is a person of interest to us, we can simply click on that and follow him. All right, so now you know how to find the questions, how to find the topics, how to follow people. Now let's move on to the power tips, how to find questions and go viral. All right, so here is the power tip, and this is the one that's like, it's so amazing that I can't wait to share that with you. You just basically click on your picture profile, and then there is an ads manager link, so just click on that. And by the way, we're going to be creating a campaign ad, but we're not spending any kind of money. We just want to get to the algorithm. So what you do is you click on new campaign in the upper right hand corner, and it doesn't matter, just give it a name. So we're going to call that test, and we're going to select conversion. This doesn't matter. We're going to click generic. The amount, we don't care. It doesn't matter. We're going to put $100 and we're going to click on continue. Now the next page, and this is really what we're interested in, is this section right here. So we're going to click on questions, and what we're going to do next is we're going to click on bulk ad. And this is where the magic is happening. So take a look at this, right? I'm just going to tap in a keyword. So I'm going to put business. No, let me put marketing. Marketing. And I'm going to click on continue. And here's the thing that's amazing here. This first question, what are some of the greatest marketing disasters in history, is getting between 50 to 55,000 views a week. Right? So, in essence, like, what question should you answer? Well, I think this one, if you're in marketing, right? So what I'm going to do here is you want to right mouse click, open that in a new tab, get that question in a new tab, and then you can click on the little 3 dots here and answer later. I definitely want to answer this one later. Right? So let's go back to this. And what we can do here is, let me click on let me change subject here. And instead of marketing, let me put fitness, right? Fitness, for example, and then click on continue. Check this out. Can anybody share their fat to fit journey? 15,000 to 20,000 weekly views. Okay, let's go back and click on another one. So we have fitness. Let me see. I have my good friend James Latif. He does debt. He talks about debt, right? Debt relief, debt settlement, and whatnot. Let's just look at the subject of debt, and let's click on continue. Check this out, right? So how do I get out of debt? There's 50 to 150 weekly view. Now the numbers are a lot smaller, but you have a lot less people wondering about debt settlement and debt relief than you have people looking for fitness. So of course you're going to get a lot less. But what's really interesting here is that we know which question people are interested in, because those questions are getting a lot of views. A lot of people are clicking on this. They want to know what the answers are. Let's put a different topic here. Let's put weight loss. Oops, if I could spell it right, that would be good. Weight loss, and let's click on continue. And bada boom. How did you look before and after you lost weight? 100,000 to, no, actually that's 1 million. That's 1 million to 150,000 views each and every single week. You're going to find questions in Quora that have an enormous amount of people that are looking at it on a weekly basis. And what happens is if you answer some of those questions, specifically if you create a great answers with images and graphics and whatnot, you're going to get a ton of upvotes and people checking out your profile. And when they check out your profile, they're going to go and check out your website. They're going to go on Facebook. They're going to go on your YouTube channel. This is an amazing way to generate a ton of visibility and exposure for your brand.